Welcome back to Big Mouth and welcome to the Big Mouth Daily Live. Yes, Bobcat, I am here. Yes, Richie Mo, I am here. Bobcat, hey Mickey, hey Bobcat. Now, remember, actually, everyone watching this pre-recorded or live, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and actually click the bell button, because then you can actually get a notification when I'm live and you don't have to keep on checking in and asking me, are you live yet? Are you live yet? Then you'll know. So subscribe to the channel, share the videos, please support. Let's get a little bit of success for the small YouTubers. So remember, you can also follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. So this is the show where you get entertainment, updates, the reading of articles, and of course you can comment and I can respond to your comments and answer your questions. Happy birthday, let's say that again. Happy birthday, Tom Holland. So today could be the day, maybe, probably not, maybe, that we get the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. Ronnie Dodge, morning mate. Yo, Bobcat. So yeah, today could be the day we get the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. But it also could not be the day, because people are saying June the 11th. People are coming up with dates, trying to predict what's in the trailer. Nobody actually knows anything. It's kind of rather sad if you think about it, because this is, there's so much excitement for this movie in the first look at this film. But all the excitement is about everything but Tom Holland, which is pretty sad. Ronnie Dodge, No Way Home trailer. Yes, it could be today, Ronnie Dodge. It could be today. We just do not know. So people are making a lot of assumptions that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man's in this film, that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's in this film. We know that Doc Ock is in it. So Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2. Or it could be another Earth kind of Doc Ock who looks the same as the guy from Spider-Man 2, the fantastic Alfred Molina. So, of course, it's very, very exciting. There are no DC updates again. Very quiet on the Western Front. Bobcat, people are saying the COVID vaccine is evil and stuff, and I don't know what to believe. Like, some people can stick magnets on themselves now. And also, the US government is talking about UFOs today. Listen, there's a lot of conversations about the vaccine. I don't trust governments. Of course I don't. But at the end of the day, right, this vaccine stops you ending up in hospital and dying from this virus. Now, basically, it's a mutation from the flu virus, right? There will never be a cure for the flu virus or for the COVID-19 pandemic. Your common cold is a coronavirus. But what this does, it's not really a vaccine. It just basically reduces the chance of you spreading it, getting it, but you won't die from it or end up in hospital if you take this so-called vaccine. I'm getting my first shot on Saturday, and I'm not really interested in a debate. Of course I don't trust the government. Of course I don't trust what's in it. But at the end of the day, they have got us by the proverbial balls. So what can we do? In terms of governments talking about UFOs, I miss the days of the X-Files and the Roswell rumors, where we were all whispering in corners about UFOs and official people denying it and calling us conspiracy nutters. Why are they talking about this? They have not seen UFOs, right? They haven't seen anything. It's just a distraction. They're trying to make UFOs a laughing matter, mainstream. Why are they doing that? So we don't take them seriously? Think about it. Bobcat, I have anxiety, so even stupid stuff worries me. Take deep breaths and don't worry. We'll have our worries, of course. Everyone actually has anxiety. Like these days, people say, I have anxiety. Everyone has anxiety about something. Nobody does not have anxiety about something or something they're worried about. I used to have anxiety about going down on the escalators. And one day I took a deep breath and I did it. Anxiety is a real problem. And for some people, it's a worse problem than others. I don't really think that's an element of mental illness, actually. Anxiety is just something we all go through and unfortunately have to deal with in our lives. Ronnie Dodge, it's anti-vaxxers doing the magnetic videos, just ignore them. I don't know about the magnets. Apparently kids have been on TikTok have been putting magnets in their mouths and literally swallowing them, and they've had to have their bowels removed and stuff like that. What a crazy world we live in. Bobcat, yeah, I mean, I get chest pains and stuff. Yeah, that's serious anxiety, and I know people that happens to, and it's very serious. You have to find a safe place. You have to, when that happens to you, you have to think of something that makes you happy. Sit down. Sometimes I get palpitations in my stomach because obviously, well, not obviously, I had erupted ulcers a few years back, and it's pretty bad. Now, it's not dangerous, but I get a bit scared. So I sit down, I drink some water, I relax, and it goes away. And that's what people who suffer with serious anxiety have to do. Whatever you're doing, no matter how important it is, you sit down, you take deep breaths, and you think about something that makes you happy. Ronnie Dodge, I have anxiety about personal space if it's people I don't know. Again, these are things that all people go through. It's not a thing that is just selected to a few people. Again, that's a difficult situation, Ronnie, because when you're out in the public, what do you do? But if that happens to you, you have to sit there, close your eyes, and think of something. Take yourself to your happy place. And it won't solve the problem completely, but it will help you get through it. So, let's start with the nerd. I'm always here to be your agony aunt and your agony doctor and give you advice and try and help you. I'm also here to talk about geeks. So, Spider-Man fans hope No Way Home trailer releases on Tom Holland's birthday. As anticipation for the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer rises, fans wonder if it could premiere tomorrow on Tom Holland's 25th birthday by Rachel Labanotti of Scream Rant. There's a lot of hope rolling around in the Marvel fandom right now, as some fans have started wondering if the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer will arrive on Tom Holland's birthday. After taking a year off from movies because of the coronavirus pandemic, the MCU has quite the 2021 slate. Yeah, we have the 2022 slate, so shut it. Ahead, Spider-Man No Way Home is scheduled to be the final film of the year and will arrive in December. It will pick up with Holland's Peter Parker now that his identity has been revealed to the world. Also, if the many reports over the past few months are to be believed, Spider-Man No Way Home will feature a supporting cast filled with performers from past Spider-Man movies. Ronnie Dodge, I'm hoping the Flash movie Twitter page drops something today. Yes, very soon. I expect something to drop very soon. Bobcat, I mean, you and Ronnie are like friends to me now. I mean, I talk to you guys almost every day. I feel exactly the same way about you guys. And it's always great to have people on social media see you as friends. It's a great thing because we're talking all day. We're exchanging opinions. It's great. We have our good days. We have our bad days. Sometimes we may go off on each other, but that's fine. That's like real life, isn't it? Ronnie Dodge, I feel the same way. With so much intrigue surrounding the project, fans are eagerly awaiting the first bit of footage from Spider-Man No Way Home. It's the only 2021 MCU movie to not yet receive a trailer. And with the year's midpoint approaching, many are getting impatient. Spider-Man No Way Home's social media accounts have teased fans over their repeated requests to see a trailer, but no official date for when the footage might arrive online has been given. Tomorrow, June the 1st, is Holland's 25th birthday, and that special date has led some Marvel fans to speculate about whether the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer could debut then. It could be the perfect birthday present for the actor, many noted, and it would also fit various rumors that have suggested the trailer will arrive in the coming weeks. Scroll on to see a few examples of what people are saying. Tomorrow's Tom Holland's birthday. No Way Home, eyes, prayer circle. Spider-Man No Way Home trailer drops tomorrow on Tom's birthday. If we don't get the No Way Home trailer tomorrow. Oh, it's so funny. Marvel recently pulled this trick with Simu Liu. On Liu's birthday in April, the first trailer for his movie Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings arrived online. That example seems to support the idea that the studio could do the same for Holland. At the same time, one could argue that Liu's surprise was a special case and that Marvel won't make it a habit in the future. Also, Marvel isn't the only studio in charge of Spider-Man No Way Home's promotion, as Sony is a major partner on the film as well. They're more than a partner, they are the kings of the property. And they allow with their good graces, and because MCU makes money, they allowed an MCU Spider-Man. Most importantly, it must be noted that there is no official confirmation that the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer will premiere tomorrow. This is merely fan speculation that does not mean a trailer release is impossible, but that people should be careful about getting their hopes up. It would certainly be exciting to see a Spider-Man No Way Home trailer tomorrow on Holland's birthday. It will also be just as thrilling to see in a few weeks if that is what Sony and Marvel choose. Fans just need to be patient for a bit longer. Patient? Rachel? Patient? You know what fandom's like. We're not patient. It's actually ironic that journalists don't know anything about what's going on. Remember when journalists actually knew stuff? They know fewer pieces of information than we do. So it's nuts. Bobcat, a major partner. It's their property. I know. These MCU shields are hilarious, aren't they? Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia glazes out. Yo, brother, yo. So listen, some of you live in America, of course. Now, me and Ronnie and other people live in Europe. Could be Asia, could be India. Ronnie Dodge, if it drops, then it drops. If not, it will be in the coming weeks. Yup. But of course, we hope it drops today or this week. I think it's definitely going to drop this week sometime. Bobcat, I'm just hoping they drop it this week so DC fights back, hopefully with another Suicide Squad character. I think No Way Home will have a trailer this week. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia's glazes out. What happened, brother? Not very much. We're just talking geek and we're just talking about Spider-Man No Way Home maybe getting a trailer this week. Trailer! Anyway, so I believe this week we will get the No Way Home trailer. I think it will be about just under 2 minutes. It's a teaser, maybe about 2 minutes. I wouldn't listen. I don't know how they're going to go at this. If they actually confirm Garfield and Maguire, of course, that's marketing gold for them. And they could keep on going with these bullshit denials. But of course, they've revealed that Melina is coming back as Doc Ock. So the cat's out of the bag anyway. So some people are saying don't expect Tobey Maguire and Andy Garfield. I think this can actually go either way, and it'd be very, very interesting to see which way this goes. Bobcat, honestly, we don't even need a trailer. We're all going to see it anyway. Well, trailers are marketing. But I remember in the 80s and even the 90s, we used to get one piddly little trailer and we were happy with it. But now we're all spoiled. We want 3 to 6 trailers and we're not happy with the trailers and we complain and review posters. I never review posters. Posters are not that interesting to me. I only show posters on this channel because you guys who subscribe to me are probably interested. Ronnie Dodge, maybe the Flash will drop something that could blow the internet like Supergirl costume reveal. If they do that this week, that won't steal the thunder of No Way Home because it's so anticipated, but it would certainly help. Bobcat, I love posters. Yeah, a lot of people love posters and review posters and say, oh, I don't like the colour palette in this poster. Not me. I'm all for the films. I love the trailers because they're about the actual films. But at the end of the day, trailers are marketing. That's it. And sometimes you get a trailer that's nothing like the film. Like the BVS trailers, they were nothing like the tone of the film. It was such a misrepresentation, and that's part of the problem. We saw Kavari last night, throwing shade at BVS. Because the problem is they saw the trailers and then they saw the film and they mocked the film. I think it's a great indie superhero movie. I think it's along the same lines as Logan. I think that they're trying to do the same thing. And I think it's a great movie, and I think it's great to be different and unique at times. And if it works, it works. For some people, BVS worked. And for some people, it didn't. Anyway, we go on to our next article. Why Superman is called the Man of Steel. There are a couple of reasons DC Comics Superman is called the Man of Steel, one of which comes from another superhero entirely. While Liam Maguire, a Scream Man. Superman is one of the most iconic superheroes ever. In fact, he's the most. Whose stories and adventures will forever be remembered as some of the greatest comic book tales of all time. The DC Comics hero has long had the title of the Man of Steel, which was given to him soon after his debut more than 80 years ago. but what ultimately inspired that nickname that stuck with the hero decades after it first appeared. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia glazes out. You want bad news? The world will end May the 24th, 2022 next year. Eruption. And is this survivable? Yes. Southpaw, brother. Well, I better write my list of women I want to sleep with before 2022 then. Superman debuted in Action Comics by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster back in 1938. The 13-page story featured the first origin of the hero as it was revealed. He was sent from a doomed alien planet to Earth, where he first showed off his amazing powers as a young child in an orphanage. In the issue, key aspects of his backstory are introduced, including becoming Superman, working as a reporter at a newspaper as Clark Kent, and meeting Lois Lane. It wouldn't be until a few issues later in Action Comics 6 when Superman was referred to as the Man of Steel for the first time. And those of you who don't know the comics too well, you actually know the original comic actually didn't have Superman from Smallville or being adopted by the Kents. He was actually in an adoption. He was actually in an adoption agency. He was in a children's home. That's where he grew up. What we got here? Ronnie Dodge, let the MCU take the thunder until August and October. Then fandom will break the internet. Exactly, Ronnie, exactly. In Action Comics 6 by Siegel and Shuster and Paul Leralta, Superman's adventures have become more noticed by the public as he regularly makes the newspapers for his heroic actions. One of those papers reads, Mystery Man of Steel reappears, which is the first reference to the nickname ever. The name was created to show how strong Superman was. Given his near indestructibility, comparing him to the powerful metal steel was fitting. The Man of Steel moniker also is connected to a superhero who predated Superman, Doc Savage. Bobcat, I'd prefer a Suicide Squad trailer than anything, The Flash, but I'm biased. I would love a Flash trailer. I'd probably prefer a Flash trailer to a Suicide Squad trailer, but we're not going to get a Flash trailer. They've only been filming for about, over a month now, so it's not enough. Although it seemed to be enough for Matt Reeves to drop something. No, but we're not going to see anything. We'll see costume reveals and teases, of course. Doc Savage is considering one of the first superheroes ever, as the character's adventures began back in 1933. Created by Henry W. Ralston, John K. Nanovic, and Lester Dent, Savage served as inspiration for characters like Superman, even being referred to as Superman in his own stories in the early 30s. Doc Clark Savage had his own fortress of solitude in the Arctic and had his own nickname, the Man of Bronze. Wow, I didn't know none of this. Ronnie Dodge, I'm so pumped for the Suicide Squad, but the Flash changes everything for the DCEU forever. It does, but there could be hints in the Suicide Squad. You never know. But yeah, definitely. Flashpoint is a huge film with many DC characters from different timelines, and what Barry does will change everything. It's likely Shuster and Siegel wanted to emphasize their hero was even stronger than Doc Savage and choose the Man of Steel as a way to both to show that and honor the hero who helped pave the way for Superman's existence. The Man of Steel name is still used to this day, as Zack Snyder's 2013 film donned the name, while a literal Man of Steel was also later introduced by DC Comics. As far as nicknames go, few are more iconic than Superman's Man of Steel. It stuck around because it perfectly describes the incredible hero. Yeah, that's a nice little article I thought I'd read out, the origins of why Superman is called the Man of Steel. Bobcat, I do it with everything. The Suicide Squad trailers, behind the scenes, posters, TV spots, etc. Bobcat, yeah, the Flash is super important. But Harley, yeah, the Flash, they're going to reboot this franchise, in a clever, intelligent way. It's what's needed to happen. At the end of the day, what happened. It didn't work for a broader audience. They have to do this, but it has to be executed in the right way. Will it? We don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. Ronnie Dodge, I'm excited to see the interviews with the cast together next month for the Suicide Squad. Oh, it's going to be exciting. One thing I love about James Gunn, and I love this about him, he knows how to get the cast with him, and everyone gets excited. He just knows how to hype these things up. Bobcat, I need something to tear apart, millisecond by millisecond. Get a piece of paper. Right, Loki video promises Marvel show is unpredictable. As the release of the Disney Plus show nears closer, Marvel releases a new video featuring Tom Hiddleston's Loki promising mischief is unpredictable by Adam Bent of Screen Rant. A new promotional video for Loki promises the Marvel show will be unpredictable. Marvel skipping all theatrical releases in 2020 turned all attention to the MCU shows on Disney Plus. With WandaVision and The Falcon and the Winter Soldier already concluding, Marvel still boasts a stacked lineup for 2021, including What If, Hawkeye and Miss Marvel. However, anticipation for Loki is high, as the series is only a week away from its premiere. Loki will air on Disney Plus in June and follows the titular god of mischief. After sneaking away with the Tesseract during Avengers Time Heist in Endgame, his time-hopping adventures could mean Loki will take place in a timeline separate from the core MCU. The series finds Tom Hiddleston's Loki in the custody of the Time Variance Authority, an organization that manages the multiverse. The TVA is led by Agent Morbius Owen Wilson, who offers Loki the opportunity to work together to restore the proper flow of time. But given his backstabbing ways, Loki could face deletion from the universe if he does not comply. Loki's story could spin out in an infinite number of directions, with a multitude of multiverses for the anti-hero to potentially spoil. And by the way, if we're dealing with multiverse, there's no reason why we can't see people like Black Widow or maybe Captain America. I mean, the real Captain America, Chris Evans. A new promotional video for Marvel's Loki promises the show will be unpredictable, which makes sense given the twisty premise at its core. The 10-second video released by Marvel Studios shows a few glimpses of Loki, interspersed with text that reads, "Mischief is unpredictable," a reference, of course, to Loki's famous moniker, the God of Mischief. Watch the new Loki video below. Since Loki's debut in 2011, he has proven to be an why do they keep on using long fucking words? An insubordinate, stubborn, and arrogant. Still unpredictability is likely his most defining personality trait. After betraying his adopted brother numerous times, Loki ultimately defended Asgard alongside Thor in Ragnarok, and even sacrificed himself to protect him during Avengers Infinity War. As Disney Plus' upcoming series appears to be a time-bending adventure combined with elements of the crime thriller genre, there will undoubtedly be plenty of opportunities for twists and surprises. Bobcat, I mean, everyone will be excited, but I've been excited since he was announced, as some people have, but not everyone. I was very excited from the moment I heard James was doing this. I was shocked, surprised, as everybody else was. But we know he brings Buck to a film, and it's very important for the DCEU, and that's why I was excited. Bobcat, can you guys believe Suicide Squad is 5 years old this year? No, I can't. So it's a bit of an old age pensioner now. I still enjoyed it, though. Ronnie Dodge, I know time flies. Can't wait to see its sequel in August. Bobcat, also, I was off by 10 minutes runtime-wise. I said 1 hour, 50 minutes, but the Suicide Squad is actually 2 hours long. Yeah, I didn't see that much footage of it. It's kind of another 2-hour film. I'm not sure if that running time is actually accurate, Bobcat. In addition to Loki's erratic nature, the show will introduce the mysterious TVA and the cartoon mascot, a clock known as Miss Minutes, which has already generated much speculation. The show will star Gugu Maboo Raw. Oh, I love Gugu Maboo Raw. Wumi Munsik, Sophia DiMartino, and Richard E. Grant as new characters who remain primarily shrouded in secrecy. With so much still unknown about the series and its characters, it's safe to say that Loki is truly unpredictable so far. We ain't even seen it yet. It can't be unpredictable until we see the actual series. Bobcat, it's how long James said it was. That's disappointing, to be honest with you. It looks like we're going down this direction. All DCEU movies will probably be 2 hours now. I'm a fan of 2 hours plus, to be honest. Bobcat, if you look up the Suicide Squad, it says the runtime of 120 minutes. We'll see. Obviously, if James said it, James said it. I'm not happy with that runtime, by the way, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's not a deal breaker. We used to get 2-hour films all the time, by the way, and they've become longer. Some people not liking the longer movies. I do like longer movies, by the way. I prefer them. Hang on a minute, I'm being interrupted. Just wait there. I'm back. I can't even do a bloody video without being called out in this place. Sorry about that. So, where are we? I don't know where I was doing now. Current Manchester United fan, Australia glazes out. I'm chilling out tonight, 6:19 p.m. here in Australia, brother. Awesome. Ronnie Dodge, I'm excited to see Starro. Oh, yeah. You're going to love Starro. Richie Mo. Oh, so you started without me, lol. Have you clicked the bell, Richie? If you click the bell when you subscribe to me, if you subscribe to me, and who knows these days, if you click the bell, you'll get a notification when I go live. I'm sure you would. Bobcat, same Ronnie Dodge. Richie Mo, where is he? Is he okay? I'm okay. The plumber came to unblock the sink. My dad's disabled, so I have to do everything around here. I'm running here, running there, trying to talk to you guys, and I just spat, and that's very rude. Don't spit, especially not on your laptop. Anyway, we go on with the show. In addition to Loki's erratic nature, the show will introduce the mysterious TVA and their cartoon mascot, a clock known as Missed Minutes, which have I already read that? Yeah, I've already read that. So we're done with that, right? I've read that already. Right, we're going to talk about Lucifer in a minute. Richie Mo, I'm a sub, but I'm on me phone. The notifications kill me battery. But I'm special. Just have me as a notification. I won't kill your battery. One notification. I'm the Don, mate. I'm the Don. Where's my fucking glasses? Listen, I'm the Don, right? These people don't know what they're missing out on, right? Click those notifications so you always know when I'm going live. So what I do is I set up my live. So I advertise it on Twitter a few hours before. And by the way, you can click on that link and you can start commenting hours before. You can ask me the questions. So I'm prepared and I can answer them when we get on. You can do that. But then you can get the notification when I'm live and then you get in there if you're interested in coming in the video. Maybe I'm boring. Maybe you're not interested in me. I don't know. Bobcat, well, I better get to bed. It's 4:21 a.m. Got to work up around 7 for work. Anyways, good night, everyone. Good night, Bobcat. Bobcat, don't forget to leave a like, everyone. Thank you, Bobcat. Bobcat, I got my notification set. Awesome. Thank you. So Bobcat's gone. So we're going to talk about Lucifer now. So season 6 has the show's most expensive episode ever. If fans thought Lucifer season 5B was massive, they should prepare themselves for season 6. And co-showrunner Joe Henderson promises more spectacle. By the way, Lucifer season 5B is available on Netflix now. This is by Rachel Abernathy of Screen Rant. Richie Mo, Mick, I'm jumping the pond for a pint with you. You're easy, the most interactive tuber. Plus, you love DC exactly. I'm pretty cool, right? I'm joking. I'm not that cool. But thank you for the compliment. Richie Mo, see you, Bobcat. So, Ronnie Dodge, see you, Bobcat. Lucifer season 6, which will also be the show's last, has its most expensive episode yet. Are we sure it's the last? We've had the last season for 3 seasons. Anyway, the series, which stars Tom Ellis as the titular ruler of Hell, has been a favourite among fans since it first premiered on Fox in 2016. That fan passion has kept Lucifer alive for much longer than expected. Netflix first picked Lucifer up for additional seasons after Fox cancelled it, then gave it a 6th season when many expected it to end after season 5. Lucifer season 6 completed production earlier this year, and based on the online posts from the show's stars and producers, it was an emotional end. Just this past weekend, Netflix dropped the remaining episodes of Lucifer season 5. The 8 episodes featured long-awaited arrival of God, Dennis Haysbert, President Palmer from 24, by the way, Lucifer's estranged father. As the series quickly revealed, God wished to step down and have one of his sons take over. Lucifer season 5 part 2 featured plenty of surprises for fans, from a devastating death of an original character to the reveal of God's game-changing successor. The stage has been set for an epic final season. It sounds like Lucifer's showrunners have taken the idea of an epic end to heart. In a new interview with Collider, Joe Henderson and Ildi Modric broke down the shocking developments of season 5 and previewed what's ahead. One particularly tantalizing tease which came from Henderson is that Lucifer season 6 contains the show's most expensive episode yet. And though it's by far probably the most intimate season we've done, it also has the most expensive episode we've ever made. So we still got plenty of spectacle, Henderson said. When prompted for more information, he merely added, "If you think the season 5 finale was big, our season 6 finale cost us more. I'll leave that to interpretation." Ronnie Dodge, Flash has over 1,000 followers. Wow! Overnight, wow. 1,000, not 100,000, right? 1,000. Yeah. Look, people, the reason it would have had more if it was verified, they need to get that verified as soon as possible. One thing is already certain, this will not be another musical episode. Lucifer season 5 part 2 featured a thrilling musical installment. Yeah, I hate fucking musical episodes, and I haven't even touched the rest of season 5 yet. Allowed its character to let loose. It was certainly a spectacle, but as Henderson said in the interview, season 6 biggest episode will be different, kind of blowout. That does leave the question of what Lucifer could possibly have in store for its coolest episode ever, especially considering how season 5 also featured a black and white story. Final seasons can unfortunately be very hit or miss when it comes to TV shows, but the early hype for Lucifer season 6 is promising. Henderson has called it a love letter to the fans, which is what everyone wants from a show's final run. Lucifer's most recent finale took things in a brand new direction, and that will surely be explored in great detail for the last 10 episodes. Between the intimate scope, game-changing twist, and an episode with an impressive budget, Lucifer season 6 is clearly hoping to go out on a high note. Look, it's been a tremendous show. I have issues with it since it's gone to Netflix. I do prefer the first couple of seasons. I think I preferred it on Fox rather than on Netflix. I think the quality was better for me. It's become total shipper-centric, but they still do some great stuff on the show. Tom and his supporting cast are fantastic. Ilya and Joe Henderson are great. It's a great show. Great drama. It can turn into comedy and then drama on a sixpence. It's an amazing show. So, this is a bit of a funny one we're going to read out in a minute. John Oliver was jokingly mocking the MCU, and we're going to read it very, very shortly. Remember, we got 7 of you in here. Even though I'm doing the Big Mouth Daily and I'm reading articles and discussing the articles, you can still comment. You can ask me anything. You can make comments about entertainment and geek culture or whatever you want, and I will respond to them. It's still interactive. This stream is still interactive. I decided to go full on the live streams, mainly at first because uploading stuff takes forever, and this is just easier for me because my dad uses the internet too. We both can't use, he can't watch live TV on the internet, and me do uploading videos. But I must admit, I've been impressed by how many people have interacted with me, and so I'm really enjoying doing these live streams. Richie Mo, never watched it. I love Gotham, Titans, and Doom Patrol. Well, I mean, it's interesting actually. When I first started watching Lucifer, I didn't know it had anything to do with DC or Vertigo Comics. I recognised Tom from Doctor Who, and I met Tom once at a party. So I thought, I'm going to support this guy. He's a nice lad. And, you know, this was him starting out in Hollywood as well. He's a Brit. I think he would make a great Doctor Who, by the way, and a great James Bond. But Lucifer is a comedy drama. And it's about Lucifer, who's a devil, and he's decided to leave hell and come to earth. He opens a nightclub called Lux. He's sleeping with women. And then he partners Chloe Decker, who's a police officer, and helps her solve crimes. And obviously they become, growing feelings for each other. Also, he's not invincible when he's around Chloe. He can be shot. He can bleed. It's a great, great show. Go watch it. Gotham was awesome. Titans is good. And Doom Patrol is one of the best DC shows ever made, the best comic book shows ever made. John Oliver says Frosted Flakes ad has better world building than the MCU. Last week, Tonight host John Oliver hilariously praises a cereal advertisement as being better than the MCU in a segment exclusive to YouTube by Nandra Goffey of Scream Rant. Richie Moe, don't like musicals. Richie, the whole series isn't a musical. They did one musical episode. So I think you could skip that episode if you're allergic to them. In a recent internet exclusive segment for his hit variety talk show Last Week Tonight, host John Oliver ranted about how a serial ad has better world building than the MCU. Last Week Tonight with John Oliver has been airing on HBO since 2014. The late night satirical news talk show, which has been renewed until at least 2023, has won a laundry list of awards, including 20 Primetime Emmy Awards. Richie Moe, ha ha ha, Kellogg's MCU. Last Week's Tonight with John Oliver has gone viral many times for criticising high-profile politicians and public figures, doing unprecedented investigative journalism for a talk show and generally making lots of hot takes. The show, which has created some lauded segments on major issues within society, often leads to actual real-life change through unusual ways, such as attempts to break Guinness World Records, creating satirical mascots and fake companies, and more something dubbed the John Oliver effect. But all of the series change doesn't stop Oliver from making rants about silly things either, like Japanese mascots Adam Driver and cereal. Richie Moe, I thought it was all full of musical stuff. No, just a one-off episode. Richie Moe, Eternals looks so drab. It does look drab. It looks very boring. Ronnie Dodge, well, a director called the MCU a theme park. And isn't that beautiful? I loved it when he done that. Martin Scorsese is the fucking GOAT, right? It's just funny. It's just hilarious. In a recent rant of Last Week Tonight's YouTube, John Oliver cited a Frosted Flakes ad as a highlight of serial culture that has better world building than the MCU. In the rant, John Oliver jokingly complained about how there haven't been any notable exciting developments in the cereal industry for a long time. However, Oliver goes on to commend cereal brands such as Cap in Crunch and Trix, at least creating indigenous new shapes and flavours. However, there's one cereal brand Oliver praises the most, Frosted Flakes. They're great! Although the praise has nothing to do with the cereal, which he claims are akin to human scabs that have been non-consensually dreaded through powdered sugar, and everything to do with a Frosted Flakes ad featuring Shaquille O'Neal, Oliver claims this ad is the only good cereal commercial within the past 10 years. In just half a minute, it established a world in which Tony the Tiger exists, has a handsomely decorated home office including a custom Tony nameplate, apparently video chats Shaquille O'Neal every single morning for breakfast, and they love each other. That is more richly detailed cinematic universe than what the MCU has made in 13 fucking years. How funny. Ronnie Dodge, I'm going to say this now. The MCU going down the pan, but the DCEU will be amazing this decade. I hope so too. As I say, the slate is better than the MCU's. It's more exciting, so let's hope they pull it off. The MCU is currently building out Phase 4 of its vast universe after Phase 3 ended the Infinity Saga. That began in 2008 with the first Iron Man film. The universe is a gargantuan entity in pop culture and action films that practically single-handedly revitalized the superhero film genre and catapulted it to new heights of both critical acclaim and record-breaking financial success. In the top 10 highest-grossing films of all time worldwide, basically, this person is trying to list all the great stuff. You see, John Oliver, you see, you're wrong. Worldwide, there are 3 Avengers films, with Avengers Endgame taking the second spot, just behind 2009's Avatar. Avatar only edged it out in March with a re-release in China, in what some say was a strategic move in anticipation for the long-awaited sequel. By the way, they're both owned by the same company, and Avengers Endgame did a re-release as well, just to win the race. So don't forget that, Miss Marvel. Richie Moe. Alan Moore once said Hollywood will make a movie out of anything, even Captain Crunch. It's true. They're creatively bankrupt. Richie Moe. Definitely, Ronnie. DC is going to smash it now. Ronnie Dodge, yeah, definitely agree, Richie. Now listen how she gets defensive, right? To claim even with a modicum of severity that a 30-second serial ad is better than the beloved 13-year history of the MCU's world building is exactly what Last Week Tonight fans come to the comedian for. Oliver consistently provides hilarious, odd perspectives on topics audiences are either taken for granted or simply ignored. This comparison marks just one more hilarious call to action aimed at an industry that undoubtedly has America by its horns. By its horns? The modern day entertainment industry, madam, is creatively bankrupt, out of ideas, not willing to take any gambles. And when someone like Snyder comes into the superhero genre and pulls it by its horns and says, wow, this is what I'm doing, everyone cries and fucking screams. Because people, this generation, hate originality. It's all about follow the fucking bear. Ronnie Dodge, yeah, definitely agree, Richie. Ronnie Dodge, I hope Dwayne Johnson hosts the MTV Movie Awards next so I can see him roast the MCU actors and show off Black Adam. That would be awesome. That would be absolutely fantastic. So that was just, I thought that was a funny article to read out. So we are moving on now with some Indiana Jones news. Indiana Jones 5. Harrison Ford arrives in UK for Indiana Jones 5 filming. Harrison Ford is pictured rubbing shoulders with watch company executives and enjoying some whiskey as he arrives in the UK to shoot Indiana Jones 5 by Dan Zinski. Harrison Ford arrives in the UK for Indiana Jones 5 filming. Ford first became the globe-trotting adventurer known for his signature fedora and bullwhip in 1981, classic Raiders of the Lost Ark. He later reprised the iconic role in 1984's Indiana Jones, The Temple of Doom, 1989's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and 2008's Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Given that Ford was in his late 60s when Kingdom of the Crystal Skull arrived, chances seem slim that he would ever play the swashbuckling Indiana Jones again. But Ford is indeed not ready to hang up his archaeology studs just yet, and will come back for a 5th adventure even as he approaches his 80th birthday. Steven Spielberg, however, has decided not to direct this one after helming the previous 4 entries in the series. Directing duties on Indiana Jones 5 will instead pass to James Mangold, working from a script that has already received passes from David Coet and Jonathan Kasdan. Oh dear, that's worrying. With Mangold himself doing another rewrite, that's less worrying. Together with Jeremy Butterworth and John Henry Butterworth, Spielberg, of course, remains on board as executive producer. And yes, Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy indicates this will be the last Indiana Jones movie. So that's interesting. So is this the last Indiana Jones movie and are they going to spin it off with someone else, maybe Phoebe Waller-Bridge? Or is this the last? Who knows? The allegedly series wrapping Indiana Jones 5 is, in fact, getting set to begin shooting in the UK next week, and Ford himself has officially made his way across the Atlantic to begin work. Ford's presence in the British Isles was actually confirmed by an Instagram post from watch company Bremont, who shared an image of Ford enjoying some fine whiskey at the company's well-stocked manufacturing centre. See the image in the space below. So that's the image. He actually looks pretty good for an 80-year-old. I don't know any fucking 80-year-olds who look that good, so that's exciting. Richie Moe, you're right, Mick. They all want something different than Zack, and DC do that, and they hate them for it. Ronnie Dodge, they finally filming it at last. Yes, I'm excited. I just hope this is not reduced Indiana Jones because he's so old and he's front and centre. Who knows? Tricky Daft, trailer not today. We will see, my friend. Richie Mo, they said they would spin off Indiana Jones with Shia LaBeouf. Look how that went. Yeah, he was cast at one of Steven Spielberg's parties. It's all about DNA, everyone. It's all about DNA. You know what I mean? And then, so he picked him because of his DNA. He betrayed Steven Spielberg, done indie films, and just rebelled against Spielberg. So it's hilarious. Lovely to have the legend Harrison Ford at the wing today. He was a love for flying. He has a love for flying, watches, and fine whiskey, exactly as we do. Very little is known about Indiana Jones 5 from a plot point of view. Mangold himself recently did drop a hint about the movie's setting, indicating it takes place in the 1960s. This jibes for previous rumours suggesting the movie has some tie-in with the space race and may send Indiana Jones into space himself. Oh no. Oh no. Cast-wise, the movie is stoked with intriguing names including Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Mads Mikkelsen, Boy Holbrook, Jeanette Renee, Wilson and Thomas Kretschmann. But of course, the star is still Ford, who just can't quit the role. He first originated 40 years ago in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Given that he is currently 78 years old, questions about Ford's physical capabilities are bound to come up. Rightly or wrongly, and jokes about his age will also continue to fly. Again, rightly or wrongly, it remains to be seen how Ford's age plays into his performance in Indiana Jones 5. It also remains to be seen if any de-aging technology will be used on the actor. De-aging was, of course, employed to shave decades of Robert De Niro and Al Pacino in The Irishman, and it was terrible, with mixed results. Indiana Jones is a different animal than The Irishman, though. Given the amount of action involved, but with the movie magic being where it is, it may not matter at all that Ford is soon to turn 80. The legendary star certainly has a great cast of much younger actors supporting him, and Mangold is an interesting director to take over Indiana Jones 5 after his solid work seeing Wolverine off into the sunset in Logan. Actually, James Mangold blocked me because he went against Zack Snyder. I was very constructive and he didn't like it. So there you go. They want to live in a bubble. And they are all our articles for today. That's your catch up. There's not much going on in the entertainment industry. It is weird. It is weird. We don't get much news anymore. It's interesting. Right. Richie Mo, he said Spielberg eats babies. Yeah, obviously something happened, didn't it? Something happened. I mean, don't get me wrong. Would I put it past a Hollywood director to actually eat babies? I wouldn't put anything past them. I'm not seriously suggesting he eats babies, but, you know, these people are nuts. So let's hope he hasn't eaten any babies. That would be bad, wouldn't it? Ronnie Todd, bye, guys. Got to get ready for go out to see you later, mate. See you later, Ronnie. Richie Mo, if Indiana Jones goes to space, I'll be pissed right off. Richie Mo, didn't Mangold hate on the Snyder Cut? This is what Mangold did. He put out there that Snyder probably wanted to move away and we should stop pressuring him, which proved he didn't know Snyder at all. And I said that to him. He didn't like it. I was not rude. I gave him a constructive quote tweet, but these people live in a bubble and they don't like it. He probably put me in a blockchain with other Snyder fans. This is what these nut jobs do as well. So anyway, you know, up to them. I was sad that he blocked me. I want to see his updates. But at the end of the day, if you can't take some constructive criticism, I take constructive criticism and I don't block a billion people because I don't live in a bubble, right? I live in a real world. So at the end of the day, so he didn't hate on the Snyder Cut. He was just saying that Zack probably wants to move on and we should leave him alone. Of course, that wasn't the case. But we knew Zack didn't want to move on because he was blatant about he manipulated the fight for the Snyder Cut. He was the one who pushed it in the fucking first place. He's still fighting to restore the Snyderverse with his comments all the time. Do you think he just wants to spend the rest of his life making zombie movies on Netflix and King Arthur movies? No. He wants back in DC. It's going to be very difficult for him to do that. But we will see what happens there. So if you've got a few more comments for me, I'll read them out. Otherwise, I'm going to sign off. But I'll give you a few minutes. Thank you for the likes. 5 likes, 3 viewers. I think that there will be a lot of DCEU news in the coming weeks. I think it's just going to explode. I think when we get nearer to the release of James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, we're going to get a lot of news. I would expect us to see, and I haven't seen the whole of The Suicide Squad, of course, I would expect some links to the outer DCEU in that film. I think the connective tissue will be blatant in that film as well. We know it's going to be there for Peacemaker as well, which is very, very, very exciting. So we'll see what happens there. So when I come here for my evening stream at 6 p.m. tonight UK time, we could be talking about a Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. I simply do not know. I just don't know if Spider-Man No Way Home is going to drop today. The only people who know are Sony and Marvel. That's it. And probably a few selected actors. So it's going to be this week. It's definitely going to drop this week. There's no question about that. It's just when this week it's going to drop. Maybe Thursday, maybe today. Who the fuck knows? But people are getting impatient because we're all spoiled with marketing and trailers and posters these days. But we will see. I'm not going to be pissed off. I know when the film's coming. I'm going to see this film at the end of this year. We all are, so there's no problem. I would love to see a trailer, and we'll see what it does. I think we will see a sequence, him on trial for him being accused of killing those people in Spider-Man Far From Home. So we will see. So thank you, everyone, for joining in. Right, we may be talking about a Spider-Man No Way Home trailer tonight at 6 p.m. UK time. We may be not. Maybe there'll be other news. We will see. So please, if you're rewatching this, please like, share and subscribe. Comment down below. Share the channel. Let the world know who I am. Let them know my name and what we do here. And I'll be back tonight, 6 p.m. UK time. Until then, goodbye. And follow me on Twitter @MoviesTVMad.